today we want to allow our bodies to feel. And in this way, we're working in a different level. Our Manomaya Kosha, our mind body. So our physical body is what we normally work on the day to day. But our mental body and emotional body and energetic body are areas that always tap into. And as we lie onto the floor, allow the points of contact with the floor to be felt. So this is a practice that you can do with your closed eyes. You don't need to be awake. This is a good practice to do early in the morning or late in the evening. So feel the body resting on the floor. Feel the shoulders away from your ears. And feel the structure of your body from within. Your feet, your legs, your arms, shoulder blades. And allow yourselves to put an intention for your practice today. Intention for your practice can be sankalpa that you're working with. Or you can offer your practice for somebody that you care for. We start with breath, inhaling deeply onto the abdomen and exhaling fully. If you need to witness your breath, you can have your hands onto your belly. And as you inhale, the belly expands. And as you exhale, it softens. Inhaling, exhaling, soften. And see if now you can expand the breath from your belly to belly and ribs. So inhale, and then the ribs. And then exhale, belly. Exhale, ribs. Inhale, belly. And ribs. Exhale. Let go of the air from the belly and the ribs. And we're breathing in and out through the nose. Feel the temperature of the nose, of the air in the nose. Inhale, belly, ribs. Can you feel it all the way to the collarbones? And exhale, let go of belly, ribs, and collarbones. Again, inhale, belly, front, sides, and back, ribs, front, sides, and back, top of the lungs, front, sides, and back, all the way towards the neck. Exhale, belly, ribs, and collarbones. Inhale, belly, ribs, collarbones. Exhale, belly, ribs, collarbones. One more full yogic breath. And now have you a few normal breaths, just breathing as you would normally, letting your body be back in the here and now. And we're now going to bring a little bit more movement. So this movement will be subtle again. So start by wiggling your fingers and rolling your head side to side. And move your feet and your toes. Then have a long bit stretch. Arms overhead, point toes and flexing the feet. And release. Bring the hands by the sides of the body, palms facing down, and the feet are on the floor. And we're going to start rocking the hip. So the hip rocks so that your lower back is flat towards the floor, and then you release it. And you get a little bit of a gap between the floor and the lower back. Rocking it, chin will go towards the sky, head will go back a little bit. And as you let go, your chin comes in towards your chest and you get the little gap between the floor and the lower back. If you can't feel the movement of the head, you can start rocking a little bit faster. So you're pushing onto your feet and rocking the hips, tucking and tilting. So we are not rocking side to side, we're rocking back and forth. And the head moves with the hip because they are connected. They are all in the same line of the spine. Good. Lovely. And now slow down. Letting go of any tension in your spine. We are now going to make a circle. So imagine that you have a clock face onto your abdomen and you're going through the hours on the abdomen. So you're making a circle on the floor, feeling your sacrum on the ground. Try to go as slow as you can. So you don't need to go very fast. You go slowly and trying to touch all of the points on the ground. Bringing you closer. Good. If at any point you are not sure of what I'm saying, you can look at the screen. Change the direction of the circle. So we are rotating. And you can lift the hip from the floor if you want to get a little bit more of a front stretch on the legs. Good. Release. And now let your knees go side to side. Have your feet as wide as the mat. And your knees are staggered. So it's not a tidy twist, it's an untidy twist. That's it. Now, can you tense your glute? As your knees go towards my right, I tense my left glute to lift that hip and feel a bit of a stretch on the front of the thigh. And go to the other side, lift that hip, that glute stretches at the front. And lift. And lift. Feeling your shoulders, getting a gentle stretch. Remember that this class is to feel from within. Good. And then coming back to center. Bring your hands onto your knees. If you're covered by a blanket, you might need to now keep it to the side. Rotate your knees outwardly. So we're doing circles with the knees outwardly, away from each other. And then inwardly. Good. And now walk with your knees, one and then the other. Feel the movement on your hips. We're trying to warm up the hip as well. And we're walking the knees with the hands. So the hands are walking the knees. Lovely. Now bring your right leg up towards the sky and hold behind your thigh with both hands. Take a moment to connect with the feeling of the leg. When we practice yoga in the morning, you might find that you're a little bit stiffer than you might be in the evening. So give the body time to tune in and then start making circles with the foot. But go slowly, as slow as you can. So slow that you might feel a bit anxious and want to move faster. That way you can feel around the ankle and change direction. Keep breathing and feeling. Trying to make the movement really authentic, not just automatic. So flex the foot. Toes go towards the forehead. Flex. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Now point the toes. Can you feel it at the front? Can you feel that tibial muscle getting stretched all the way towards the toes? Now flex again. If you want to, you can hold onto the toe just to feel the back of the leg and then point. If you need to bend your knee to hold the toe, don't worry about holding the toe, because if you bend your knee, your hamstring does not stretch. So point and flex a couple more times, but not just pointing and flexing, just keeping it in there for a few breaths and few breaths down. Check if you weren't holding tension on your hip. I just was. So good. And then bend the knee and hold onto the knee for a moment towards your chest. No effort. Just holding the knee. Let the other leg stretch out along the floor. Good. And bring the leg that you were working with to a twist. So the leg comes across the body and onto the floor. And it doesn't have to be a tidy twist. If we can, the leg that is along the floor stays straight. If you need to bend it, we bend it. And stay on your twist with your arms by the sides of the body. Just feeling your hips, feeling your ribs and your belly. Breathe. Can you relax 10% more? Can you arms on the floor, your head on the floor? And bringing yourselves back to center, let the sacrum rest on the floor. hold onto your knee again. Maybe roll your head side to side. Then release the knee, foot on the floor, go step by step. And now bend the leg that is along the floor, and that will be the one that we're going to work with now. Don't worry about right and left, just make sure you do the other one. You work with both legs. Extend the leg up towards the sky. Give it a moment to be there, to be present, to have a weight onto the hip. And then rotate that foot as slow as you can. Separate your toes as you're doing and point your toes. As you flex, toes spread. As you extend, the toes point. Make sure you go both ways. Good. Now flex. When you flex, the toes go towards the forehead and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Good. And bend your knee. Hold onto your knee with both hands. And extend the other leg along the floor. Try to feel all of your hip and your legs from within. And bring the knee across the body. Opening the opposite arm and looking away from your knee. So that you can have a nice stretch all along the sides of the body. Feel your pectorals. Feel your hip and your thigh. You can hold the leg that is across with the opposite hand. And breathe. Try to not let your mind time travel. The mind is very good at time traveling, taking us to the future or to the past. Can you be here now with your body? Feeling this twist on this side from within. And what we're doing here is giving our back a back massage, which is super, super important. Lovely. We're coming back to center. Bring the knee towards the chest and just hold it for a moment, letting it settle in. You might get some shaking, some wiggling from the body, unwinding. Then release the foot onto the floor, both knees are bent. And sway your knees side to side. Feel free to sigh if there are things that want to come out. And we're going to come onto our sides and then onto all fours. Good. You can sit on your shins to start with and just roll your shoulders. Roll them on the other direction. And maybe the back of the neck needs a bit of attention. So we give it. Never forcing, always with ahimsa, non-violence. Good. So now come onto your hands or knees. And check that your fingers are pointing forwards and that your arms are not overextending. So if the inside of your elbows are facing forwards, that means that your arms are overextended. Have your elbows towards each other. And if you tend to overextend, you can soften your elbows a little bit. That's it. Not too much, just a little bit. That's it. Good. Now, with all the concentration and sense feeling that you can muster, inhale from a neutral position and exhale, chin to chest, arch in the back, push the hands on the floor, arch, 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 arch. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, arch the other way, extending your back, looking up, cow stretch. Inhale, back to center. So let's do it together and I will inhale and exhale with you. So inhale in neutral. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, cow stretch. Close your eyes if it makes you feel a bit more deeper. Neutral. Cat stretch as you exhale. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, cat stretch. One more without me talking. And coming back to neutral, bring your toes together, knees apart, and child's pose. So have your knees as wide as you can. The toes are together and you're sitting onto your heels. Yeah, sitting on the heels. Bring the hands in front of you and have your fingertips on the floor. So your arms will not be on the floor, your forehead can be on the floor. This is an active child's pose. We are walking the hands away, the armpits, stretching the chest, and stretching your inner thighs. Breathe deeply. Letting the ribs expand and contract. Using your breath to let you go deeper and to feel from within. Where are you feeling it? It might be on your inner thighs. I certainly feel it there. It might be your armpits. And you might feel like giving up and letting go of the arms. Don't if you can. Keep your arms off the floor. Keep your fingertips on the floor. Feeling that stretch. We'll soon be changing positions. Just stay. Sometimes the game in yoga is to be there a bit longer than you would normally and then see what happens on the other side. Good. So now lift your head, keep the legs as they are, and bring your left arm underneath your right chest, your right arm. So we are doing the needle and thread. See if you can walk your fingertips on the right hand even further away, and at the same time, relax the shoulder. Hips are relaxing towards the heels. The chest is heavy towards the arm. Feel your left hand relaxing. Your right hand is still working, but it will get a rest in a moment. One more breath. And right hand closer towards your head to lift yourselves up and bring the right arm underneath the chest. Palm is facing upwards. And the left hand starts working again. Fingertips on the floor, stretching the armpit, stretching the whole of the ribs on the left side. So all of these poses are child's poses. Because we are not quite relaxing, we are using a semi-relaxed position to reach a little bit further. One more breath in here. Bring the left hand in front of your face, coming up, and bring your knees together. So the knees are together, the shins are together. If you need to put a cushion underneath your knees to make it more comfortable, you can do that. So now we're going to go into a totally relaxed child's pose. If you want to use a block, you can use a block or a brick or a cushion to rest your head onto. And we're going to do 10 breaths in here. So when we do a slower practice, tomorrow we'll do a faster practice, but today we're doing a slower practice. And these practices are for the mind. They are for our mind to calm down so that we can feel the body, the emotional body. Okay, this is our last pose. And after that, you're going to go into Shavasana. So if you want to have a blanket or a cushion to rest your head or something, just take it. So bring the forehead onto the block. And arms can be by the side, they can be resting by the side of the body. You can have them in front, just wherever it feels comfortable. If you don't need the block, don't use the block. You can have the forehead on the floor. I like it in this position because my lower back and the whole of the spine gets a nice stretch. And although we are in a restful position, we are still working, using our breath. So I'm going to invite you to do the 3-part breath, inhaling onto your belly, then your ribs, then up on the top of your lungs. And because of the position we are in, it will be more difficult to breathe onto your belly. You might be able to feel it on your lower back and stretching onto your ribs. If at any point child's pose is not a position you can get into, here is the option. You can have your knees on your feet on the floor and just bend towards your knees. These will take the pressure off your knees and your belly. Okay, so 10 breaths from now. Too much talking. Remember, we are using the full lung capacity. Last breath. Moving gently, we come into our Shavasana or meditation position. You can lie facing the floor, you can lie facing upwards, or maybe today was a slower practice. You might want to come into sitting, perhaps just a few minutes. Remember to stay warm, stay centered. If you're sitting and you want to lean against a sofa or a sideboard or whatever, you can do that. If you prefer to just go lie down on the floor, lie down on the floor. Either way, we're going to be scanning the body still from within. And we start in the head, feeling the skull, crown of the head. You might be able to feel the forehead because we were just resting it on the floor or on the block. Just feel the sensation. Feel your face smoothing away, expressionless, soft, relaxed. Your mouth is relaxed, your tongue is relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. Relaxing the front of the neck and the back of the neck. Relax your collarbones, shoulder blades, your shoulders, the arms, elbows. Relax your forearms, your wrists, and your hands are relaxed. Feel the whole of your hands and your fingertips. Maybe your hands feel a little bit cold as the weather is cold outside. Bring the attention to your trunk. Feeling how your chest is. We did a lot of breathing work today, and now we're breathing really gently. The movement is almost imperceptible. Feel your hips, back of the hips and the fronts of the hips, the whole of the thighs, knees, calf muscles and shins, your feet, toes. Go within, thanking your body and your mind. This practice that you were able to do today. Being conscious of the importance and the connection with our body, with our feelings. And this gentle practice is ideal to be done early in the morning before going to bed, just to unwind. Unwind before you start the day and unwind when you finish the day. Because life is giving us enough winding up. We are at the end of our meeting today, so if you want to stay lying down, please stay where you are. If you want to sit up for the Oms and Shantis, you can do that. If you are sitting up, you can bring gentle movements into your body, indicating that we are ending. Inhale to begin, inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Bringing your palms together, rub your palms. Make the movement faster, generating heat. I think it will take me about half an hour. And bring your hands over your face, inhale deeply. Open your eyes to the darkness of your hands. Slide your hands towards your chest. Bow your heads. Namaste. Give yourselves a little clap. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that more mindful and slower practice today.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.